Okay then guys, I thought I would do my quick review of the Briar Cigar by Chris Morgan. Um, it's a very unusual pipe as it is, as it says, cigar shaped. I went for the sandblasted version, although it does come in smooth, and although it's very hard to make out, I went for the Cumberland mouthpiece. You can just about make out the lighter dark swirls in the mouthpiece there, in this light. It comes with a cap, which is fitted like so, which is a different type of wood to the briar. This isn't briar, which apparently is so it continues to fit with the expansion and contraction of the briar itself. It's really useful. I use it when going to the pub or for more social occasions where I can just put the cap back on after I've smoked it and it doesn't make my whole body smell of burnt tobacco. At the moment I tend to smoke just Virginia Perique blends, Virginias, and very light, mild aromatics such as GQ Blends Trent Mixture. Although Asquith Cake, also by GQ, also goes very well with it. The main advantage of it as well is it's a reverse calabash, which I'll show you in a second. But the first half here is where you put your tobacco in, and the second half is a empty chamber which condenses moisture from the smoke. The idea being it makes for a very cool smoke. What I also do, not to cool it down, is I add a couple of Eric Nording's keystones into the condensing chamber. Now this is literally just a few of the smaller ones, so more of this size here than I think than more of the big ones. Now that doesn't necessarily make the smoke make it smoke cooler, but it does stop moisture leaking out of the mouthpiece, because this mouthpiece is a pain in the arse to get out. And the idea of this being portable is I don't always have what's the word? I've completely lost it, and I'm looking at them. Pipe cleaners. I don't always have pipe cleaners on me when I'm smoking this. Although you could do. I always take it out in the box it comes in. As you see, it's rubbed off a little bit from being in my pocket the whole time. So you could quite easily just shove a few pipe cleaners in there as well. Right, so I've taken the stem off. That's the condensing chamber in there, and that is the stem. It is a pain to get off, but at least you know it won't come off by itself. So what I do is, I actually open it because you can't get a grip on it, I have to pull it out with my teeth. I literally grab a couple of the smaller ones, just go a bit slowly with it. There you go. And you can just hear them rattling around a little bit. And then you fill it up as normal. It's not, you don't fill it up as normally as you do with another pipe, because the chamber's different. You don't use the 3-pack method, or you don't use the Frank method. You just shove tobacco in basically and tamp it down. You do need a tamper with this pipe, as you think, unless you've got very small fingers. But mine can only get to the first knuckle, and then I can't push any further. So I'll light it up and let you know how it smokes. So when packing the bowl, literally push the tobacco in, tap it down a little bit, fill up a little more, Tap it again. Once it gets to a certain point, just lightly tamp it down. Check the drawer. And repeat. It's usually about 2 times for this. And you check the drawer again. Now what you can do is you can just about see the tobacco there, and there's some beveled edges which the O-ring sits into, so you can literally pre-pack your bowl, fill it up and take that out, which I think is amazingly convenient. So it usually starts off okay. Tobacco does have the tobacco slightly drier than normal. But on the whole, I found that tobacco smoked in this tends to taste slightly different to what you do in a normal pipe, whether that's the condensing chamber or anything. It's the same with or without the keystones, they make literally no difference to the flavour of the tobacco. But as you can see, it does go out quite easily. Although I think we can count that as just a charring light. On the whole, it does smoke very well. It's amazingly convenient to smoke, as I say, as you can literally, as it's smoking quite well, you can just see a bit of smoke coming off there. You can literally put the cap in, and after a few seconds it's out completely. And that will go straight in your pocket, not a problem, no smell, nothing. So yeah, I got it from GTU Tobaccos, from Glenquelch. Check out his videos on YouTube, he's a great guy. It was £80, it is quite steep, but it's something different. It's definitely something to have in your collection if you are collecting pipes. And it is useful, makes a much more social smoke. So I definitely recommend it, but only if you can afford to waste the money on, and not waste. It is a novelty, but it's a functional novelty. So if you really want one, go and get it. If you're umming and ahhing about it, then leave it. Don't bother, because if you're disappointed, it's not worth it. Right, that's all it from me. I'll see you next time.